Hi guys, this is Ranjit, and in this video I'm going to talk about a topic that is on my mind for now quite some time, but now the situation has become so bad that I have to talk about it. So these are my raw thoughts, and this is regarding OTA updates on Android smartphones. And guys, I don't want to blame one brand or other, because what I've noticed in the past 2 years, almost every Android OEM is guilty of doing this. Some might be doing it intentionally, but I feel some are doing it intentionally now. And if you have been using an Android phone, you might have noticed that if it's slightly old, generally this does not happen if a smartphone is brand new. If it's slightly older phone and you get a new OTA update, let's say new Android version or something, it adds so many bugs that the phone becomes sluggish. In fact, the situation has become so bad that many users, and if I know in my family also, my nephew and stuff, after a new OTA update, the phone performance became so bad and sluggish, and after 2 weeks or something, it just switched off. And when they go back to the service center guys say that you have to change the motherboard. And sadly, these phones are out of warranty, so you have no choice but to pay up or buy a new phone. And this is happening a lot, guys. It's not just with one brand. Almost every Android OEM now it is happening. And I have written down some notes, a thought on this one. So let me go over some of the issues, what can be done and what should be done. And in fact, I think so there have to be some strict actions taken now, because this has become blatant now. And this is actually affecting users a lot. I've been getting tons and tons of emails regarding this one. In fact, my nephew also has personal experience. I've spoken to him on the phone. Personal experience also happened some with other phones in our family also. It's not like isolated now. Okay, the first thing that happens is that generally we think that you get a new OT update on your smartphone, it will improve the performance and something like that. But what is happening is that OTA updates are adding new bugs. For example, your phone might be working perfectly fine before the OTA update, but now after applying that OTA update, you will see some new bugs or issues. Maybe the menus are a little bit, or the camera performance degradation. In fact, camera performance degradation is also happening with some OTA update. Generally, what I've noticed is that this generally happens only if a smartphone is about 1.5 years older or 2 years older. Generally, this does not happen on very new smartphones. So the updates, what I've noticed, are pretty good if a smartphone is a pretty new model or something. But when it starts getting a little bit older, then the quality of updates actually get very bad. In fact, with some OT updates, many users have complained. I have also noticed that the camera performance actually decreases. And you might wonder, how is it possible? Remember guys, the camera sensor is the same. Maybe it's a Sony sensor or whatever, but the actual image that you see is all done via image processing. And these are software algorithms and stuff like that. And I think so these are getting the quality of the updates, and it is getting affected. The algorithms or something are not that good when they release the update. So that I've noticed. Battery life degradation is also noticeable. And many users have also started complaining that after OT updates, the phone tends to actually get a little bit more warmer with the same regular usage. In fact, that indirectly affects the battery life and stuff. So essentially what it is happening is it's degrading the performance of your perfectly working smartphone. In fact, in some of the cases, we have seen that users had to get the motherboard replaced, or the camera module simply started getting very wonky and getting, in fact, switching off the camera randomly and stuff like that. So it is actually affecting the hardware. So these are some of the things that happen. And I think so let's get down to this one. Why is it happening? So these are the things that I feel this is happening because of that. If you notice, this started happening quite a bit more after this pandemic from the past 2 years. And I feel what is happening is that earlier all these software teams, etc., used to work in a single office or anything like that, so they could collaborate with each other. But now most of them are working distributed. So I think so there is a serious lack of coordination between the teams that work on the updates. And in fact, you guys don't understand that. I was a software developer last 15 years ago. I left it, but was deeply into that. So even small changes if you do in software, let's say 2-3 lines of code, if it's written wrong or something, it can affect a lot. So I think so here the problem is the coordination of the software teams is not good. But the quality assurance team that actually checks these updates should catch these bugs. That's how the process is. But here also, because of this pandemic, I don't know or whatever. This is simply not happening because there are some very obvious bugs that are getting with OT updates, but those are not caught and end users have to suffer. So the quality control has become very, very bad, and it's no excuse now, guys. It's been over 2 years since this pandemic, so this might be the new norm. So these smartphone manufacturers or whatever should have stricter quality controls, and these bugs should be caught. What is your quality control assurance team doing? Are they just sitting and whiling away their time? Because these bugs are so bad, they should have been caught. I think so. This is the lack of coordination and the stuff prior to the pandemic. It was very tight, but this has become loose. But now this is the new reality. So again, the OEMs have to catch up and catch these bugs before these are released in public. And this is something I think so. This is also being now done intentionally because I've noticed the quality of the updates are getting really, really bad for older phones. If your phone is a fairly new phone, the OT updates are fine, nothing like that. But if the phone is older, especially about 1.5 or 2 year older phone, the updates on them are really, really bad, and they cripple the performance of the phone. The camera performance degrades, the phone becomes sluggish suddenly. So I think so. This is now also being done intentionally because if your phone gets sluggish or something after 2 years or something, you will not bother that much. Anyway, it's out of warranty, so you might just go and buy a new phone. So this is a sad thing that some of the brands are doing, because this cannot happen for so many models, guys. Isolated incident, 1 or 2 models or something, but it is happening so much now that it is frustrating. My suggestions, I would say, if you have a slightly older phone, let's say 1.5 or a 2-year-old Android phone, whenever you get a new Android update, for example, let's say you're on an Android 10 and a new Android 11 update, don't just jump and install that update, guys. If I were you, if it was my personal phone, daily driver, I will not update it. I will wait for at least 40-45 days and check user forums to see how is the update, is it breaking any functionality, how is the battery life and stuff. Remember, guys, with new Android versions, from let's say it was on 10 or 11, or let's say it was 11, it comes to 12, there are a lot of bugs that get added. And in fact, these days with even security updates that you get once every 2-3 months, these OEMs are adding bugs. So be very skeptical about new Android versions. If your phone is working perfectly fine, why take a risk, man? Because I've seen this happening so much now. It's over my threshold now. So something is really wrong. So if I were you, I would wait and check user forms before applying updates. And this applies to even Android security updates, because I've seen with some of the phones that camera performance simply started having issues. People had to get the motherboard replaced after security update. It becomes so bad. Now, this is a controversial thing, and I think so now it should happen. I generally do not like government intervention in anything, but now I think the government should step in and make a law. If after a Android update or an OTA update, the performance of the device degrades, or there is a hardware failure on the device, then the manufacturer is liable for that, and the manufacturer has to pay for the repairs or give a replacement device. Because once we have that rule, these OEMs will be shit scared to release shitty updates that cripple your device. I hate government intervention, but I think so the situation has become so bad now that there needs to be some legislation or something like that, because I have noticed this too much now with almost every brand. After 1.5-2 years of phone, you get an update and it's indirectly just cripples your device. And they're getting away with this one now. Had personal experience. I don't want to name one brand or other brand. I've noticed this with a lot of brands, and some of the brands doing it a lot more. You guys also know about that. So what do you feel? There should be a legislation Indian government should pass. Okay, let's say the device is also out of the warranty, but after 2 years, this OEM has released an update, let's say, and that cripples your device. The OEMs should be viable, okay? Because I have applied an update given by you, and you are indirectly crippling my device. So is that fair or not? Let me know. And I think so if something like this passes, then the quality of the updates will just go crazy good, because these OEMs will be scared about that one. Okay, next thing is OEMs also need to test the updates. What do you say? And if this rule is passed, definitely the OEM's quality control team will look at the updates more closely. So overall, it will increase the what do you say, performance. But overall, guys, what do you feel about the Android OTA updates on your smartphone? And if you have been using a slightly older Android phone, let's say after a year and a half, have you noticed any degradation on your Android phone after a particular OTA update or something like that? If you have, do share your experience in the YouTube comment section below. Which model of the smartphone was that, and which update did you think crippled your device or reduced the performance in what way? Share that in the comment section below, because others can also benefit with this one. And guys, I generally do not urge you to share a particular video or something like that, but I would like you to share this video everywhere so that people also know about this. And many people I know, they just jump and install a new OTA update without thinking about the consequences that happens, especially if it's an older Android phone. So I would like you guys to share this video everywhere so that this reaches everywhere. And what do you think about manufacturers intentionally crippling Android phones with OTA update? Would love to know your thoughts on that. And I'm very, very saddened personally with what is going on as of now. This simply cannot be this bad, man. If your quality control team can't catch simple stuff like this, what the hell are they doing? Anyways, guys, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, guys.